Okay, welcome. What I want to take through for the next couple of minutes is making money online, the setup. Now, there's a right way to go about it, and there's a wrong way to go about it. I unfortunately learned through experience that when I set my first website up back in 2014, I definitely did the wrong way. It was the perceived wisdom at the time, but probably like many others that you've seen, maybe even a lot of people now, I set up a simple website that had, a photo or branding on the top, nice, beautiful photo. It had some description, maybe some photos of myself and my wife and my business, some other things, and maybe a mobile or a cell number, contact number at the bottom. Now, for any of you who are a certain age like me who remember Kevin Costner in a 1989 movie called Field of Dreams, there was a famous line from that baseball movie that said, "If you build it, he will come," or "If you build it, they will come." Well, I've got to say, based on personal experience, if you build it, the website about the business, getting people to come, getting traffic to come in, did they come? It didn't work. It helped to give credibility and backup for the services and the products that were offering at the time, but did it really drive traffic? Now, you'll be glad to know that there's a better way. And if I had my time machine, this is how I would have set it up 5-6 years ago, and certainly how I'm setting it up at the moment. So the great thing about this is simple. It'll take a bit of work, but it really is simple. It's like having the combination to the safe. If you can get into the safe and access all the riches, then it looks and it feels easy. But in order to get into the safe, you've got to know what the combination is. You've got to know what the digits are. And also you've got to put those digits in the right order and sequence. So knowing what the digits are, putting them in the right order and sequence. But if you can figure out those two, if you can copy somebody else's recipe that's already working, actually put in a bit of effort, put in a bit of work, this is really straightforward, and it can really optimize the sales, the money, the profits that you make for the lifestyle that you want, or to reinvest in your business. So simply, step number one, we need some traffic. Every business needs some traffic, and that's going to be a topic, a focus of one of the later videos. So that traffic, in the past, I was guilty. I drove it straight to the webpage. Doesn't convert very well, doesn't warm people up very well. So the traffic should be sent to something that it's called different things by different people. It could be called a landing page, or an opt-in page, or maybe some people still call it a squeeze page. Because the whole aim of this first page is, keep it very simple, the whole aim is to get the prospects or the visitors or the customer's email address. So as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. There's many good ones out there. Model the ones that are already doing well, that are already making really good money. So from there, the email address, if you have a system set up, you then collect those emails into something that's called an autoresponder. Now, there are many different options out there, many different price brackets. In essence, this is a glorified or a simplified, it's a database. It's a database where, in essence, you capture your customers' emails, their name and their email address, if you've got them. So you can then utilize them, and you can have an engaged, ongoing, value-adding relationship going forward, rather than just send them to a website, keep your fingers crossed, nothing happens. So capture their email address. From their email address, send them to a thank you page. If they've just given you their email, send them to a thank you. Now that might be just a picture of the top of what they're getting. It may also include you may have heard the term lead magnet. What is a lead magnet? If you haven't heard of it, well, a lead magnet is literally a magnet, something to attract the customer, to get them to share their email in order to get their lead. So the lead magnet, it might be a free report. It might be an insight. It might be a hint or a tip. It might be a link to another video. It might be something part of maybe another product or offering that you've done. Something that's going to add value in. In fact, let me put that in another color. Something that's going to add value back into the customer or the consumer or the prospect that you're attracting in the first place. By taking these two stages, this is critical, this also helps build, know, like, and trust. I forgot one of those words then for a moment. This helps build know, like, and trust. So you're building a relationship with them. You're warming them up. It's a little bit like going on a date with somebody. You're not going straight to the come over here, you pick up the bill. It's right, let's wine and dine you a little bit. Let's take you for a coffee. Let's take you for a drink. You're building know, like, and trust. And this is an exchange of value, for in return for getting their email, you're giving them something of value back. You're giving them a lead magnet. You're giving them a free report. You're giving them something that would entice them to say, oh, that'll be valuable for me. That's worthwhile having, that little insight, that little tip, that little report. And on your thank you page, guess what? You deliver that lead magnet. So the trust is built up because you're doing what you said you were going to do. Then from the lead page, then you take them into your offer, or you might also call it your sales page. So this is the like slimmed down, simplified version, the sales part of maybe what you had in your website previously. So on your sales page, you might have a video or a picture, and then you're going to have some more detail about the service or the offer or whatever it is that you're trying to tempt them with. So then you're driving them to your sales page and your offer page. From there, your sales page and your offer page, you're not done because you've taken the time and effort to court them, to romance them, to give them something for free, to get their email address, to then push them onto your offer page. You've already warmed them up. From there, there's also the opportunity, the next step is to do an upsell. You've got them this far. It might be somebody who's really buys into what you do or the way that you do it or how you say it or the insight that you've given them. Maybe they haven't got somebody else or they're just in the right place at the right time. So this upsell may be the opportunity to sell them some more stuff. And then from there, if you want to, this is just upsell, sometimes also called OTO. OTO just stands for one-time offer. And this is one-time offer number one. If you want to, and the good people, once they've got good at this with a bit of practice, they also might send them to, guess what? Another upsell that might offer them something else, another widget, and something else of value, something else maybe they're not getting elsewhere, another one-time offer, but this time it's one-time offer number two. So broadly, does that make sense? So rather than just traffic, you get in, send them straight to the website, and fingers crossed, you're building a relationship with them. You're offering them something of value in return for their email address. You're then delivering on what you said you're going to deliver. You're delivering the lead magnet. You then send them onto the sales page or the offer page. Tell them what it's all about. Tell them how much you want, what the spend might well be. Then you're saying, hang on a moment, just before you check out, now we've got you here, there's another offer. There might be something else that you might be interested in. There's something else that's of value of people who get to this stage, also like something like this. Or also like they found this useful to do it better, quicker, or faster, or easier. And then, if you want to, you can even take them one stage further. Now, down here, the autoresponder. Remembering we've captured their email address. So you take somebody to this stage, if for whatever reason, because you're going to get a proportion of people who say, no, that's not right for me, or I'm too busy, or the phone's just rung, or the dinner's in the oven. So you're going to get a number of people here who say no at this stage. But if you've captured their email address, this is your chance over the course of the next few days or even few weeks is to do some email follow-up with them. So even the ones who didn't say yes straight away, the ones who maybe said no, you can still have that relationship. Send an email with something of value, not just I'm going to offer you, going to sell you more stuff. Something of value that they might be interested in, again, a hint or a tip or something else. If you offer enough value, then maybe you can then point them back after some days or weeks of offering value back to the offer, because they might be in a better place. They've got to know you better. They trust you more. You've built up more of the know, like, and trust through the email sequence. So even the proportion that you get who say yes up front, you potentially might double or even triple that through the use of a simple automated follow-up email sequence. Is this beginning to make sense? Is this already looking better than previously what I've done? back in 2014 of just sending somebody straight to a website. Please don't just send somebody to a website.